Today in BeamNG, we're driving Mazda's first ever sports car. It's the Mazda Cosmo Sport. With a rotary engine and space-age looks, this is a very special car. This is a free mod available on the BeamNG forums, and it's a revamp of a mod from 2019. We've got lots of different fixes and improvements, including engine sounds from Forza Motorsport 7. This is a Wankel rotary engine, and it's a very significant car in Mazda's history. So this was Mazda's first rotary-powered car and their first performance car. The Cosmo was built between 1967 and 1972. This mod has the Series 2 launched in 1968, and with a name like Cosmo plus this UFO styling, you can see this was really a product of the space age. Really 60s design, and I love it. But does it drive like a 60s car? Well, actually not. This car was very futuristic when it launched in the late 60s. Not only do we have the Wankel rotary engine, which is a 1-litre unit producing about 130 horsepower, but this has very advanced suspension and very advanced body construction. It's a unibody. This is one of the first cars to come with a rotary engine, and this unit is brilliant. It revs up to 8,000 RPM, and it really is very free revving, and despite having just 130 horsepower, it does only weigh a ton, this car, so it's very, very quick. Now, Mazda hand-built all of these cars. They only built about 1,200 of them. They're very rare. If you wanted to buy one now in America, they'd cost about 90 or 100 grand. Based on the styling alone and that exhaust noise, I think it's worth it. Okay, we've got to wreck this beautiful body. We're going to do a crash test into a lamppost. Here we go. Whoa! Yeah, not bad at all for a real-world car mod. You can see how the front has deformed. It's not amazing, but yeah, the steering wheel has fallen off. That's kind of funny. This mod has just 4 configs. Not all of them have been brought over from the old mod, but the configs are still really interesting. For example, we've got this, the Wangan model. This is a custom-tuned variant which was used to drive really fast up and down Japanese highways. Now, this mod does also have BeamNG's new dynamic lighting system. You can see them fading in and out there. We've also got that at the back with the indicators and the brakes. And on the interior, you can see the dials lighting up. I also like this beam light. Look at that. That's almost like it's made for BeamNG. Okay, the Wangan has 369 horsepower. That's quite a lot. So let's take it onto the highway. So the Cosmo is rear-wheel drive and manual, which means you can get this thing to drift just a little bit. It's quite difficult to control. Anyway, onto the highway. So this one has basically got no rev limiter. We got up to 10,000 RPM in this. Oh, that's a lot of wheel spin. Third gear, we're already at 120 miles per hour. Into fourth, this thing does have 5 gears for top speed performance. Whoa. Into fifth, passing 170. Here we go. Oh my goodness. I think we can hit 200 in this thing. There's 195. 198. 200. There you go. We did it. Oh. Okay, we hit 200, but the cost of that is us getting absolutely wrecked, and we're wall riding to a stop. There we go, on our roof. You can almost think of this car as a predecessor to the Mazda RX series, so the RX-3, RX-7, RX-8. This was a really, really advanced car, and it's a shame Wankel rotary engines didn't really catch on outside of Mazda and a handful of other brands. The reason Mazda may have wanted to produce these Wankel rotary engines is that because they're only 1 litre or less sometimes, that means they have a very low level of tax in Japan, but they still give you loads of performance. You know, 130 horsepower from a 1 litre engine, that was unheard of in the 1960s. This car just loves to spin its wheels, and unfortunately that means it's very difficult to get it to drift because there's no control at all. We can get it to do donuts though. Yeah. Oh, here we go. People are going to hate me for doing this in the center of a crossroads, but oh, it's great to do donuts. In 1968, Mazda took 2 Cosmos to the Nurburgring, and this is a recreation of one of them. So Mazda took part in something called the Marathon de la Route 84 Hours. It was an 84-hour marathon on the Nordschleife, and out of 60 cars, one of these Mazdas came 4th. That's not really that bad. Very few modifications here. We've got this I don't know, wind or bug deflector? I don't know what that is. And look at these fog lights on the front. They're kind of ridiculous, but I love them. We also have a bit more power, 155 horsepower. So it's about 25 more than the base model. And let's take it onto the Nordschleife. Go up there. Oh, I thought we were going to hit that barrier then. This car has quite soft suspension, but actually that makes it very easy to feel when the car is losing grip. We do have anti-roll bars. The brakes are kind of bad. You know, it's the 1960s. They didn't have ABS. But yeah, other than that, the handling is not too bad. Into this corner, usually a good test of understeer. Oh, not that much, actually. A little bit of oversteer on the way out. Yeah, you can push it into corners very, very quickly, and it just grips. This is really nice to drive. This car might look like a UFO. Are we going to get any lift here? Oh, just a little bit of a jump there. Whoa, no, I needed to brake a bit more on that corner. Oh, the wheels come off. Okay, I think I'm pushing it a little bit too fast. You can also see at the rear, we've got some kind of strengthening bar across the rear window. It's not a roll cage, but yeah, that's interesting. This mod doesn't have everything you'd expect from a 2025 BeamNG mod. We don't have the dynamic mirrors where you can actually see the reflection of the car. And also the doors and the trunk don't open. But the way it drives, the amazing engine sound, that really does make up for it. And it's great to see more BeamNG mods being brought back from the dead, because this mod, whoa, our front wheel lifted off there. Yeah, this mod was really broken after several years not being updated. I'll leave a link to the Nurburgring map mod in the description down below. I should really use it in more videos. I absolutely love driving around here. I think this is a ported map from Assetto Corsa. As for this version of the Mazda Cosmo, I don't know, it's not really a race car. All they've really done is slightly tweaked a stock factory variant. It could do with better brakes and better suspension, but it is still a lot of fun to drive this thing around the Nürburgring. Back in West Coast USA, on the racetrack, we've got the race config of the Cosmo. It's the last variant to check out, and this is a good one because it's got strengthened suspension and these different wheels with very grippy tires on them. We've also got a full roll cage in here. Now, this thing is not going to be very comfortable to drive, but it should be pretty good on the racetrack. So the race config produces 245 horsepower, a lot less than the Wangan, although to be honest, that's a good thing. We want to be able to control this thing. Wow, locking the brakes constantly there. I was barely touching the brake pedal. But can I feel a difference in the corner? You know what? I can. The body roll has almost disappeared, but now we do have some weird understeer and oversteer. Apart from that Nürburgring event, Mazda never officially raced these things, and I can see why. They're a bit of a handful when you add horsepower to them. It corners very flat though, and let's see what kind of top speed the race car has. 5 gears again, hitting 150 over the crest there. This is going to be bad. I'm barely touching the brakes! What the heck? They're just brutal brakes on this thing. Okay, I've been dreading this moment. Let's go for the corkscrew corner test. Can we even get around here without just spinning out? Hit the brakes slightly. Into second. It wants to drift. Whoa. Yep, that's a drift right there. Oh, no. I nearly caught it. Wow, but we did survive. Stay in second. See how much it wants to drift and squeal the brakes. Come on. Not bad at all. It handles flat, yeah. Not too bad for the corkscrew corner. I don't know about you, but I absolutely love the Mazda Cosmo Sport. It must be one of the best looking 60s Japanese cars, and it's a great mod for BeamNG that I hope you're going to enjoy. All the mod links are down in the description. Let me know what you think of the Mazda Cosmo in the comments. And if you'd like to see another Mazda mod for BeamNG, click the video on screen right now. It's of the Mazda RX-7. That's all from me, and I'll see you soon for some more simulator adventures.